Hello friends, I thought I would give you a little gift, and that gift is to go over some Qigong exercises so that on those days when you don't want to do it, you can follow me, right? And on those days when you do want to do it, I get to be your best friend and company. So rule number one, if you are doing Qigong on a wooden floor, no socks. You can wear shoes if they have a nice sticky rubber kind of sole, but remember, no slipping and sliding. And if you need a cat or two, there's another one, you can always get a cat. You can always have a chair nearby to keep you stable. So one of the exercises that I want to do with you today is, it's a derivative of the bear, and it's kind of a lazy morning bear. This is a great exercise for balance and strengthening the legs. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our feet be shoulder width apart, but they can also be a little further if that gives you more stability. All right, and you might want to have a little bend in the knee. Now remember, when you bend the knees aren't coming over the toes. When you bend your knees, I want you to be able to see your toes. Okay, so we're really in a straight line. And now what I want you to do is just kind of gently rock from one side to the other. I'm actually going to have a little bit of a wider stance. Now the wider your stance, of course, you're going to feel a little bit more pressure on your legs. That's Scamp walking behind me, curious about what is going on here. You might want to have your hands kind of at waist level or hip level with your hands out as if they're pushing down on the power of the earth. And you're just going to rock very slowly back and forth. Now, when you're rocking to one side, what you're going to feel is how much weight there is in that leg, right? When you rock to the other side, obviously, there goes the shift in the leg and the weight. This feeling is, we call this posting. So your leg is actually like a post, right? You're putting all this weight. By the way, please don't balance on one leg. Not yet. So we're gonna rock back and forth, posting on one leg. We put the weight here. We're releasing the weight on this leg. We come over to the side. We have the weight on this leg, releasing the weight on the other leg. Gently, ever so gently, back and forth. This alone is a wonderful exercise, a wonderful way to build muscle and stability. And as we get older, hint, hint, me, stability is so important, right? Stability and balance. So back and then forth. And again, I suggest a little bend in the knees, makes it easier. We don't want to do this straight-legged. Little bend, just a slight little bend. And what you might feel as you're doing this, ever so gently, is how the glutes are firing, right? How the thighs are firing. You might even feel this up through your back. And remember, in Qigong, if you're feeling pain, you stop. Don't push the pain. You might, if it hurts you to do this, maybe you just do the tiniest little sway. That's just as efficient, because all we're trying to do is get moving. Now, you can keep it at this, which is absolutely fine. Just this gentle rocking motion with this little sway, as if you're the tired bear that's gotten up in the morning. Oh, kind of finding your way in for your pot of honey or your pot of coffee, whatever bears do in the morning. Now, if you want to take it a little further, what you can do, and I suggest you do this with something like a chair so that you can get some stability. No falling, that doesn't work. Now, as you lean to one side, what you're going to do very gently is you're going to pick up the other foot, just tap the ankle and put the foot back down. Now, what you might want to start with is a less broad stance if you're doing that, because you're going to have a little bit more stability. Lean. We call this a chicken step. Tap and come back down. Lean just like you were doing before. Pick up that other foot, tap, and put it back down. Lean, pick up the foot, tap, and put it back down. Now, if it's without the chair, what it would look like is this. Come back to center, lean, tap, put the foot back down, center, lean, tap, put the foot back down, you're arriving back in the center, lean, tap. Again, having something close to you for stability is so important. This is not a test. This is something to help you out. You're not supposed to be able to do this without a tremendous amount of practice. If you have inner ear issues, if you've had any kind of surgeries that are going to throw you off, use something to keep you stable, please, okay? Tap, down, tap, to the center and down. This chicken step, my chicken, down. Remember, the knees have a little bend in them. Tap. And when you shift your weight and you pick up this foot, what you will, I think, really focus on this for a moment, you're going to feel the ankle in this posting standing leg activating, maybe with a little teeny bit of a quiver. That's great, those muscles are coming alive. Maybe you'll feel this more in the leg. And all you're going to do is do this a couple of times, all right? This is, again, not a test. So the bear starts getting up in the morning, a little lean, back to the center, lean, back to the center, lean, back to the center, lean, back to the center. And if the bear is challenged, then we're going to go to the side, have a little tap with the chicken foot, back down. I don't think you can see my feet. Over, chicken step to the ankle, back down. And your hands are going to be stabilizers for you, just like the chair is a stabilizer for you. I get periodic vertigo, so always having something close to me to stay safe is really important. Okay, and that's our bear.